Hello. I was not going to make a video today. I really haven't been in the mood to share, but something came through when I was sitting on the balcony just now. Um, that is so powerful for me. That was so revelatory, and I know is going to save me so much time, energy, pain, and suffering that it felt like it just had to be shared, regardless of whether I feel like sharing or not. And I'll get right to the point. When you have active Kundalini energy flowing through your body, or just a lot of spiritual energy in general, a lot of us underestimate how powerful of a creator we are with our thought force. So when we have this energy flowing through, and we're pouring a lot of energy into creating this new reality, whether it's going to a new place, creating this new type of work, or whatever kind of projection, like we'll often kind of project out, like we want to go have this experience and say it's moving to a new place. Then we'll start pouring a lot of our thought force energy into that place. Now that's amazing, because what's going to happen when you do that, you've probably experienced this, is all of a sudden you're just there in the physical reality. It's because your thought force and like the Kundalini energy, the spiritual energy, it amplifies your thought force, is what I want to say. So before awakening, our thought force, it has some power, but not a lot. It has some creation power, but it doesn't have the juice to it that it does once we start awakening, once more energy flow starts coming online. So here's the thing that's going to save you a lot of suffering. So if you know for sure you want to move somewhere, or you want to create a certain type of reality, absolutely. It's like allow your energy to amplify your thought force, to kind of pull you there. I've done this many times. I've done this with this type of, like, creating this type of work for myself. I've done this when I wanted to go have an experience with a different place, or maybe a type of relationship. And so when you know what you want at a deep soul level, for sure, it's a beautiful thing to do. Here's where suffering starts happening, though. And it's when we start splitting our energy. So we have all this spiritual energy, but when we're unsure, when we don't actually know what we want, and we start pouring energy just into like an idea, or like a projection of something we think is going to help us, escape our shadow or something, but it's actually not where we want to go on a deep soul level. Or if we're pouring energy to go somewhere else because it's coming from a wound. It's like a wound trying to escape pain. It's like a wounded aspect, taking control of the thought force and the energy flow. You'll notice when you do that, it's like you're in a sense, you're pouring your energy and your thought, and you're directing your thought force into a reality that is just basically chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. And it's not true. And so your higher self isn't going to let you do it. It's like your higher self knows better, and it's going to keep you from doing it, but you're pouring a lot of your energy to go there because you're just trying to escape the present moment reality you're in. And so you're splitting your energy. It's like something in you deep down knows, I'm not moving to that place. I'm not going to go do that job, or whatever the thing is. And so what happens is, you don't go do it, but you're wasting a lot of your energies and your thought force on doing it. It's like this kind of movement where your energy's flowing there, and it's kind of pulling parts of you, and you're fragmenting. It's like you're pulling yourself away from the present moment, which is always painful. And it's like not a true reality that you're pulling yourself into. Or you might have like several of these different ideas and projections that you're pouring thought force and energy into because you're really just wanting to escape the present moment. And this is splintering your energy, and this gets like really painful. You can feel disconnected from your power when this starts happening. You could start to feel really up in your head, really indecisive and confused. And it's like the energy can start getting all tangled up because in one sense you want to go there because it sounds pleasurable, but on a deeper sense it's not true. And so you just kind of like your energy, your intention, it's like where your intention goes, that's where energy flows. And so your intention is going somewhere that's not true necessarily, that's not from your true heart. It's more from like just the wounded place, or more coming from your trauma. And so all this energy is flowing there and it's not real for you. And so that's going to like cause just, like I said, you're going to feel disconnected from your power. You're going to feel not present, not in your body as much. And you're going to start to feel like your energy is just not splintered. It's not focused. It's not, it's not directed in a place that's true. And I recognized as I was sitting on the balcony, just how often I've done this on my path. And what I'm moving into now is, because I don't know, oh, here's a dog coming to visit me. Go lay down, honey. Yeah, go lay down. Because I don't know where I'm moving from here, where I'm at right in this moment. I'm allowing myself not to pour energy into a projection, or I'm not allowing I'm not giving thought force to an idea of where I should go next because I don't know. So I'm allowing all of my energy to be right here. It's like I'm just letting it all be right in this container, right here for the present moment. And when I do know, like when something bubbles up from a true place of my next movement, then it's like, yes, let's allow the thought force to start moving that way. And then it's a coherent, synchronized movement. It's very directed, it's very intentional, it like comes from this place of sureness, of clarity and certainty. So when you don't know, try to resist the temptation of like pouring thought force into all these different directions, because it's going to create all these different like somatic shapes in your field, and you're going to be you're really just going to be pulled, and you're going to be like pulled apart almost, And so just wait and allow all of your energy to just really be right here with you. And you can just do this for as long as you want, and life will eventually just pull you on its own. Like you don't actually have to do the whole manifesting thing of, intentionally like pouring energy into a certain movement or like empowering your thought force for like creating a certain reality. You don't even have to do that. That's just one of the things you get to do if you want to. You can literally just keep your energy right here in the present moment. It's like you're just keeping it all right here. It's like, and you're going to start to feel more full, more powerful, more connected to yourself, much more present, not as in your head. And you'll notice the more you do that, the more you feel good right here. And then the more you feel good in the present moment, the more clarity there is about what's already going to happen anyways. It's not like you even have to manifest it. You just start getting these cues about like, this is where you're going to be moving. And then yeah, you can just kind of naturally let the energy flow and it'll just pull you. But that's like a very new thing that just came through. So I hope I explained it somewhat okay. The point is like, your energy is very valuable and it's very fucking potent and powerful. So like, be really aware of what kind of thought energies you're giving your power to, right? And like, notice like, is this a true reality I want to create, or am I just trying to escape pain? Because if it's just a reality that you're trying to create to escape pain, your higher self really isn't going to let it happen. Or you can kind of like force it, but it's gonna fucking suck and it's gonna hurt. And I've done that too. I've used so much energy just because I was like such a beautiful projection I created. It was like a savior complex I created out of the projection, and I gave all my thought force and energy to it. And when it actually happened, it just hurt. It just like was, and it's not like you fuck up, because it wakes you up even more like, oh, my happiness isn't in a projection. It isn't in anywhere else besides where I'm at now. And so you can play that game, you can push it, but it's just going to cause pain. And you'll notice from a deeper place, you'll have resistance. It won't feel true. But when it's fucking true and your higher self is on board with it and you're co-creating with your higher self, and wow, you're gonna have the energy of the universe moving through you. The thought force will be so big and so powerful, and that reality you'll just, I'm flooded in chills, so flooded as I say that. You'll just like arrive at that reality like that, whether that's more abundance or just the place. But it's like not more abundance because you think more abundance is going to make you happier. And it's not arriving at the new place because you think that place is going to be your savior. And it's not the new relationship because you think that relationship is going to save you from having to digest your own shadow and wounds, right? So that's like a big difference there when the higher self is on board. It's just like a movement from a deeper place, not an escape place. And I know for myself, when I've been in pain a lot, when I've been confused and indecisive, I just splinter off my energies, and that just causes more pain, more confusion. But I'm through experience, through learning, through my discernment, deepening, I now realize, like, when I actually don't know, it's okay to not know and to just keep all the energy right here in the present moment and just kind of let life, like let something arrive on its own time. There's nothing to escape. It's like, oh, rest, deep rest. The deepest rest is often when we're not putting our energies into any projections that the mind is creating that's telling us, like, that's gonna save us, that's gonna fulfill us, that's gonna bring us happiness and fulfillment. It's like oftentimes when we're losing ourselves to projections and chasing projections, we're just exhausting ourselves and our energies, and it's just very depleting. And so if we can learn that when we don't know, that, oh, what an opportunity to just not even pay attention to any projections and just be right here. And when a true inspiration like bubbles up to the surface, we'll feel how true it is. And then we can go ahead and ride it, then we can go ahead and just be taken with it. And it's just like an effortless movement. It's not something where you're trying to manifest something from a place of force because you feel lack. That's usually what we're doing when we're splintering our thought force. And when have all these different intentions going on, it's because we feel like lack. We feel a lot of lack in the body, and we're really trying to create something to fill that void. But that's actually the time to let go of projections and to be with yourself, and then you're present, and then the presence will start guiding your life, and you get to be a co-creator with the presence, right? You get to move with it. And like I said, when you're moving with the presence, that's an incredible amount of power, rather than when you're fighting against presence. And another word for presence is higher self. They're interchangeable. When you're fighting against presence with your thought force and energy, it's just a struggle. It's like you're trying to swim upstream in the river instead of just hopping on the boat and letting presence take you. And then presence is taking you down the stream, and then you get to grab some paddles and add a little bit of thought force juice to it, right? And that's what, oh man, this is all coming together for me, actually. That's what it is. So like you get to just be there on the boat, which is just being present and not giving any thought force to anything really, to any direction. And that's just being on the boat, allowing presence to move you. But then you get to co-create, which is you get to grab the oars, the paddles, and you get to start paddling, co-creating with your higher self, meaning putting more energy and energy flow and thought force into the way that your higher self is guiding you. Oh, that's exciting to kind of just have that all land here. Yeah, that feels good, man. I'm like all chilled out. Yeah, that's like so revelatory for me even. Yeah. But it's like we can't start paddling until we're totally okay just on the boat, chilling there, letting presence pull us down the stream, right? And so many of us, we try to skip that and we try to like force stuff. And that's just like when we fall off the boat and start swimming upstream. But presence itself is so powerful. And then when we align with it, it's just like, wow. So yeah, I feel like this is so new. I could just keep talking about it, but I hope you get the gist of this. I hope that this resonates on some level, and I'm sending you guys all so much love. I just posted a new Patreon video that I love a lot. It's like 18 minutes long. And there's like over 30 videos now, over 40 pieces of content. So if you resonate with this and you feel inspired to help the channel out, to help it grow, to help me thrive, I will put a link in the description box for you to go ahead and become a pledger. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. I love you all very deeply. Namaste.